right, hey guys, we're going to finish up lesson 3.5, which is a few quick examples. Let me present and we'll get started. Okay, so I'm just going to review some Algebra 1 with you guys, and then you'll finish up this worksheet on your own. All right, so we talked about this earlier. When we have a vertical line, right, if I was to sketch a quick vertical line for us. Oh, there's my pen. We have a vertical line in a coordinate plane. From one point to another, you rise, but you don't run. So remember, rise over run is your slope. And because you would rise from one point to the other, but not run, the run is 0, which means that your line has an undefined slope. If you have a horizontal line, right, if you have a horizontal line in the coordinate plane, from one point to the other, you are not going to have a rise, but you are going to have a run. So your rise is 0 to get from there to there. You don't have to go up or down, but you are going to run. So since your rise is 0, the numerator is 0, that means your fraction, your ratio simplifies down to 0, which means your slope is 0. Okay. All right, and the important thing is for equations of vertical lines, the equation is going to be x equals some number, and for horizontal lines, it's going to be y equals some number, okay? All right, so for the first 4 examples, it says, given a point and a vertical line, find the equation of a vertical line that passes through this point, okay? So if you want, you might want to just sketch that to like have an idea of what it would look like. If you were to plot a point at 5, -8, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we'll just say that this is 5, -8, okay, this point right here. And it's a vertical line. What do all of the points on that line have in common? Right, if I was to pick a point here, what's the coordinate of that point? It would be like 5, -3 or something like that. If I put a point right there, what would the coordinate of that point be? It would be something like over 5 up 2 or something like that. All of the points have a coordinate of 5 as their x coordinate. So the equation of that line is x is equal to 5. They all have an x coordinate of 5. Okay, let me erase that mess. All right, the next one, if you're given a point and a horizontal line that goes through it, same kind of idea. Let's plot the point. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, something like right there. And now I have a horizontal line. What do all the points on that horizontal line have in common? Like if I was to ask you, what's the coordinate of this point? You would say it's like, I don't know, 3, -8. What about this point? 0, -8. What about this point? -1, -8. They all have a y coordinate of -8. So it's y equals -8. Again, a horizontal line is going to have an equation of y equals some number, and a vertical line is going to have an equation of x equals some number. And it's the x coordinate that the line goes through, or the y coordinate that the line goes through. Okay. All right. The next one says, given a point and the slope is undefined. So for this, you just have to remember what kind of lines have undefined slope. All right, if you think about rise over run, it's when your run is 0. So it's some number and then 0. So what kind of line has no run? Well, if I was to sketch a vertical line, right, from this point to this point, you're rising, but you're not running. So this is a vertical line. And all vertical lines have an equation of x equals some number, and it's going to be the x coordinate that the line goes through. So x is equal to -6. So now for this one, if it's a slope of 0, well, now I know it's a horizontal line. And a horizontal line has an equation of y equals the y coordinate that it goes through. So y equals 5. Right? All right, let me scroll down. I'm going to do one problem on the next page. So depending on the information that's provided, you have to do different things. Like for example, here you're given the slope and a point. You need to find B. So for this problem, you need to solve for B. And then once you know B, you can write your equation. Same thing here. You're given a point. This is your X and your Y. You know your M. You need to solve for B, and then you can write your equation. All right. For problem 9, you're given 2 points. So you need 2 pieces of information still. You need the M and the B. So you're going to use these 2 points to calculate the slope. And then once you know the slope, you still have to find the y-intercept. Then you can write your equation. For problem 10, think of the x-intercept as a coordinate and the y-intercept as a coordinate. The x-intercept is 5, 0. The y-intercept is 0, 2, right? You still need to calculate your slope, but your b, you're given. Don't get fooled. The y-intercept is your b. So the b is 2. You just need to calculate your slope, okay? Let me go down. So I'm going to do number 12 as a quick example. So for number 12, I still need to calculate my M and my B, okay? My slope, change in Y. So to find M, you're doing 9 minus 5 over change in X, -2 minus 4. So 9 minus 5 is going to give you a 4. -2 minus 4 is -6. You're going to simplify to -2/3. So this is your M, right? You still need to find your B. So I'm going to write y equals mx plus b. And I'm going to substitute in one of these. It doesn't matter which one. I'll probably pick this one just because it's positive values instead of negative. But you could plug in this for x and y. So I have 5 is equal to -2/3. The x value is 4 plus b. Okay, so I have 5 is equal to, that's -8/3 plus b. I'm going to add 8/3 to both sides to get that b is equal to 23/3. Trying to make sure that makes sense in my head. That would be 15. Yeah. All right. So now I can write my equation. Y is equal to -2/3 x plus 23/3. Okay. All right. Let me just scroll down. Here, just calculating slope. You guys know how to do that, right? In case you need a reminder, your slope formula, change in y over change in x. So slope is found by y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Okay. And then this is more of the same, but this is where, again, you're going to have to steal the slope. If it's a parallel line, that means that your M value is the same. So for this equation, you're using M is equal to 1, and this is your X and your Y, so you still need to solve for B, and then you can write your equation. Here, this is your X, this is your Y, and then perpendicular, oh, this is a little bit different. If it's Y equals 3, that means it's a horizontal line. All right, if it's a horizontal line, right, so y equals 3 would look like this. 1, 2, 3. That's your horizontal line, y equals 3. And you want a line that's perpendicular to this one. So we're talking about a vertical line. So you want a vertical line that goes through this point right here, 2, 2. What's the equation of all vertical lines? It's going to be x equals something. It's going to be the x coordinate it goes through. So there's really no math involved in that one, but drawing a sketch will help you. Okay. For this one, if your slope is given as -2/3 and you want a line that's perpendicular, you know your M is +2/3. This is your X, this is your Y. Solve for your B, and then you can write your equation. For this one, this is your x, this is your y. You need to get this equation slope-intercept form. So subtract the x from both sides. Negative plus 5. Divide both sides by -2. So you have 1/2 x, and that'll be -5/2. So this is your m, right? M is equal to 1/2. This is your x and your y. Solve for b, and then you can write your equation. Okay. All right, guys, that's as much as I'm going to work on that with you. The rest I'm going to leave for you to work on to get some practice. And I'll catch up with you for the next lesson. Bye.